So I know that the lighting is going to be terrible because it's really, really late at night, but I got my containers and I want to do this drawer in my mixed media hutch in my craft space. There's my hutch. We were just in that drawer. Now we're over here. And as you can see, it's full of stuff. And I'm hoping that a lot of it will fit into containers so that it's easier to find what I've got in there. So I'm gonna move it all out onto my desk so that we can go through it. But yeah. Okay, we can do this. So basically, it's like I buy the nail files that are sponged. It's gonna be hard to show you guys all this stuff. But these work great for distressing the edges of chipboard and stuff, and they're spongy, so they don't ruin your project. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to show you guys stuff because it's the lighting, but can you believe all of that came out of that one little drawer? These are my favorite little glue bottles, and this will last me. I have more over here for some reason. I don't remember ordering more, but I did, obviously. These are my favorite glue bottles. This is what I depot all my glue into, and they are so good. I think I'll probably share some of these with people because I'll never use all of these in my life. So let's see. Probably have to put them in an order to get more in. If these containers don't work, there is a larger one, so I might have to go up to a larger one. Let's see how much I can get in this. No, I'm gonna have to go up to a large one. Okay, so I need to order a large one for this. It's just this same size, but it's longer. So, because I don't think all of my distress daubers are going to fit either. Okay, so will the tape fit? Nope. Okay, so we're gonna have to figure out different containers. I was hopeful that those would fit, but they don't. But I do know that my ATG ones will fit. So we put them in there. A couple extras here. Okay, so that'll work. All right, and then I have all of my, I forget what they call these. Okay, so then I have my binder clip things, and they fit in there. That can go in there. These go with these. Okay, this is a bookbinding kit. Oh, and it just fits. Excellent. Miscellaneous paintbrushes. Okay, so then I have spray bottles because I have all of my own re-inkers, so I can make my own sprays, even though I bought all the sprays, so there's that. But I bought these. Because I don't like to make a huge amount because they don't, homemade don't stay very good. So they don't stay usable very well. And then I bought a shorter one to go with that. More plastic. All right, so there's that. And then I have pipettes, and I use these for all kinds of things. It's really nice to have these for when you get the ink out of a, if you want to get it out of a spray bottle and just use a little bit, that's what I use these for. Also, if I want to, just different things. They're just really nice to squirt, you know, like little, what do they call them? I can't think what they call them. But anyways, they were a huge, won't be having these prices anymore for what I paid for these. I've had these for a long, long time. I'll probably end up giving some of these away too. Ooh, gosh. But they work so well with so many things. I have a lot of things that don't have like droppers in them, and I use this for them. All right, it's gonna fit. It's gonna fit. You watch. I'm gonna make it fit. Okay, I can do this. Ready? Because luckily they squish. It'll work. It'll work. It'll be okay. Ta-da! Okay. I only have one of these because I get these at Walmart. They're hard to find though. I used to have a medium spray bottle, but I guess I don't have any of that size. I'll have to look into that. Okay, so I have an airbrush system, and I don't use this one, but it's all my spare parts for the one I do use, so I'm going to hang on to it. I don't think it'll fit in one of these containers though. Let me see here, because that would be nice. Then they'd all fit the same. But they're for makeup, but you can use them with like the distress reinkers and watercolor reinkers, and ooh, it's all gonna fit and that kind of stuff. So they work. It works really good, and it's just a little battery operated one. Eventually I'll have to get labels on all of this stuff. And no, I'm not going to keep the box. It's a nice box, but I'm not going to keep it. I can do this. I can adult and not keep boxes. Okay, so this, I don't know. I don't want it in this container. So that's a blade. So that should be bad. It's a circle cutter, spins around and it cuts. So we have that. And then I have this Faces mold, another cutter and a blade. I think I'll leave it in here. I don't really know what to do with it, to be honest. So we'll just put it in there. Okay, so this obviously won't fit in one of those. It's a water reservoir. You fill it full of water, so when you're watercoloring, you can just put your brush in here and it cleans your brush and flushes. It's kind of cool. But yeah, so there's that. And then I have adhesive and stuff. I wonder if this thing will fit in a container because it is annoying. It goes rolling everywhere. It's for making shaker boxes and stuff out of. Oh, yep, that'll work. Okay, so let's see how we're doing here. Those. Okay, so that can stay like that. The tape doesn't fit. So I need something for tape. Unless I can make this work. Oh, yep. That would be awesome. Because then I can just grab the one I want. But will it fit in my drawer standing like that? Oh yeah, lots of room. Lots and lots of room. Okay, so I'm going to put these plates in here because they'll fit. My sander. I don't use this as much anymore because I use the sand files, but I don't want to get rid of it. So I think we'll just add it in here because I don't want to have a whole bunch of extra. But then I have these, which are the daubers. And I bought enough so I could have one for every color, but then they keep coming out with new colors. But these are not my good paintbrushes. These are my junky paintbrushes. So they're in with my mixed media stuff here. I actually could use a smaller one like this. This is for watercoloring, so I'm going to put it in here too. What else do I got over here? Can't pick it up off the ground. There we go. Okay, so I have like a paint palette, which is just a clear thing. And I think I'm going to get rid of that because I never use it. And so I'm just going to get rid of it. All right, a color wheel. I think I'll give that away because I don't use it. I don't do color theory. All right, and then there's this, which is a scraper. Do I have anything that's like that? No. All right, so I think what I'll do is I'll put it in with this. That way I can see. I don't think it'll fit this way. No. Okay. That works. Okay, so I'm not going to take those Sharpies out. These are actually for the house, not for my art, but it's brand new, so until it is needed. All right, so I have one of these, but I want some more of those, so I'm going to put them in that because I want more of those. So let me go get one of these for my brushes. Yep, I'll be right back. Okay, so I got another. These are 5x7 photo case, and I love them for like pens and stuff. But I have these little pipettes everywhere. All right, so I think these will fit in here just fine. I'll make them fit if they don't. There we go. Okay. So we have this. I'm going to put this in like that. Nope, I'm going to put it over here because I don't use that much. That, and that. Okay, now let's see if we can make it fit. Ready? All right. Welcome to the dark corner. All right, well, that's the way it's going to have to be. All right, so eventually I will have all of these labeled. Okay, we don't need the box. Oh yeah, this is going to work good. I'll do it this way. Okay, so this is refill, 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 tools. I kind of feel like that should be in the painting and stuff to go with the pencils. Maybe I should just keep that stuff in here because I don't have it anywhere else, so I don't know where I would put it. Okay, so I think I'm going to keep it in here. So let's do art over there. What is this? Airbrush. Okay, so these go here. These are tools and stuff. Will that fit? No. Okay, so what I'm wondering is, will this fit? Yeah, okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I'm thinking I could use this for my distress. I can't think of the word. These things. You see, I have a whole drawer of this, and this is the working one. This is the as I get a new color. Sorry that it's really dark. Fail. Oh well. Okay. Whoa. Dropped one. I have a plastic basket I can use, but this box fits so nice. So we'll just use it. Use what you have, right? Okay. I'm going to put this behind there. That behind there. All right, hold on. We're getting there. We are getting there. Okay, so we need to put the watercolor thing. Okay, hold on. All right, so that's not going to work. So I wonder if I have a taller basket that'll work. All right, let me find out. Hold on. I don't think this will fit in my drawer, but let's find out. Yeah, it's a little narrower, so. Oh, that worked. Okay, so I still can't get. What else do I have? Hold on. I think that this is going to be the problem child. So I have a different container for that. So hold that thought. Put you back there. And then I have my adhesive nail files that I use the most. All right. Okay, let's see what I got here. Because this won't fit back there. Nope. All right. So this art stuff, I think I'm going to keep somewhere else. Yep. Okay, art stuff is going to be kept somewhere else. That can go there. I really need, though, to put in... Okay, this is a problem child. Okay, so the deciding factor was that I just stuffed them back there. That'll work until I figure out to buy a shelf or a drawer divider. But for now, that'll work. And then I've already gone through all of this, so I don't need to go through that right now. I'll be back to that. We'll be back. Okay, but let's finish with this drawer. All right, so we have, now we can put my tape back because it has room. Tape. That is just way too big. That's a, so I think instead of this container, we'll just set the tape there. Oops, sorry, until we find a different oh, there, that'll work. Good enough. Okay. Now these things will fit. But I still think, nope, I think they still need to go with my art stuff because I'll forget that they're down here. So, this is what we're working on. There we go. Okay, so that's going to go with my art pencils. So I'll put that over there. So what we're still short is something to wrangle those in. Now let's see if I can still get this box in here. Nope. All right, that's okay. How about this basket? Getting there. Hold with me. Until I find a better container to put all those in. Oh gosh, they double plasticed it. Jeez. If one's not enough, do two. All right, and then the last one. Oh yeah, that'll work good. Okay. Garbage. Garbage. Garbage, garbage. Like I said, some of those I'm going to give away. All right, so we have that container, this container. I'm going to leave these here because one of the next things I'm working on is art stuff. So I think I'll come back in a little bit and finish doing that basket that was in there. And that way all of that is done. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. All right, I'll be back. All my distress and inking and edging and all of that kind of stuff. Now it's in nice containers and it's really easy to see. I got my brushes, my blending brushes. I managed to get all of those handles in my, I wish they'd make these again. The pencil boxes in clear. Now you can only get them in multicolor. Yeah, but so all of this is for my distress ink stuff. So, and then down here, I have all of my miscellaneous mixed media stuff, sanding things, bottles, tape, adhesive, all that kind of stuff. It's a miscellaneous, but it's specific miscellaneous. And then in this drawer is punches. I don't have to go through that. I've already gone through them. And then I got that and that. So that is another section done of this big cabinet. I got the stamps done the other day. Well, it took me a week, but they are done. And I didn't do it on video, but I got all of my dies put on magnets and into little envelopes. So now everything is organized. I have dies, embossing folders. These don't fit in anything, so they're like that. And then I don't think, yep, this is just more punches. I must have shut it too hard one day and everything went rolling. These are like my border punches and stuff. And then that's the directions on how to use them because I can never remember. All right, so that is all of that. I've got, if we back up here a bit. Okay, so up here, now this is what's going to change next. And it's really late, so excuse the hair, excuse everything. But it's really late and I couldn't sleep, so I decided to do this instead. So I have all of this. This is paints. All of this is paints. And so what I'm thinking I'm going to do with that is that I'm going to put that with my sprays that are out there. And then I have the pens and watercolor brushes and stuff. I think I'll switch this container out to a larger container maybe, or maybe a basket, because I don't know what's going to fit in that cabinet. And then this will be empty. This has to come out because that used to have stamps in it. I want to get into the memory ducks stuff not this year, it's next year, but I want to get into doing memory ducks. I just think that would be fun to use up all. I usually have like a couple pieces of embellishment left, or, you know, odds and ends, things like that. And so it'd be fun to make something pretty out of them. But yeah, see, I have all these paints and all that stuff. I want that stuff to stay in here though. I don't want it to go anywhere. It fits perfect on those little shelves that I use in the back, and I don't need it to move. But yeah, so this will come out, and hopefully that'll spread out this stuff. And if I take this out, so that will be nice. But that is not tonight, because yeah. So for tonight, I'm just gonna put this stuff with its brethren. And then I don't think I have anything else left to go through tonight. Yeah, see, I want to have all my my blending brushes and all of my daubers to be labeled with the color, so I can just use the same one over and over again. Long-term goals. But yeah, next year is going to be fun. I cannot wait to dig back into my stuff. I don't have time. You have to have time to leave things out to dry and do all of that, and I just don't have the time and right now the space, because everything's getting moved around. And then we're about to move everything out of this room so we can floor it and paint it, and there's just nothing. So all right, well, this is another day. But at least the drawers are done, and I can let them go. I love plastic containers. In case you're new here, I love plastic containers. I like to be able to see into them, and baskets. I like plastic containers, and I like baskets, because you can organize everything and see into it even if you don't label it. And even if you have to dig through the plastic containers, it's still easier than digging through piles of stuff, in my opinion. So all right, well, that's it for tonight. I'm gonna go read my book. Maybe then I'll go to sleep. Alrighty, you guys. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.